This is Life with Ebby. I wanted to come on and make a quick video about COVID-19. Okay, yeah, the infamous, notorious coronavirus. So, up until about the 12th of this month, January 2021, COVID to me was scary to say the least, but it was kind of like something like I was just thinking, if I get it, I get it. It's not going to be a big deal. Because I am a nurse and I work in the medical field, I never really gave it too much thought until I came down with symptoms. So, the 12th, well, actually, it was the 11th, which was the Monday, I started feeling very sick. I started feeling very hot, sweaty. I had a terrible headache. A headache just like it was debilitating. And had some other symptoms like lightheadedness, dizziness, a little confused. And what I did was I just sat at home in my recliner and just took Tylenol, and that's about it. So anyway, on the 12th of January, I went to my local emergency department and I went to go get some help because it was just getting unbearable. So of course they did the regular blood work and things like that, and they did like a flu swab. They did a strep throat swab, and of course the COVID swab, which is in your nose, your nostrils. So yeah, I was negative for strep, negative for flu, but positive for COVID. Now, I can't tell you how many times I've been tested for COVID. It's been a lot. I would say over 20, because we do get tested twice at my job a week, Tuesdays and Sundays. And just random stuff like, throughout this whole pandemic, like when I feel like, how when you 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 don't know what's going on, but you get really really nervous because COVID is lingering in the back of your mind. Like you might get a little cough, oh my god, I might have COVID. You might start sneezing, oh god damn, I got COVID. You just get real nervous. Like, so I would go to the emergency room swearing up and down I got COVID. And because people who work with me got it, or I'm working with a patient who got it, so I'm like, oh my god, I got a terrible headache, I got this. And it never was COVID. It's always been something else, or something that just comes and goes. So anyway, not to get too much off topic, I got to the hospital, tested positive for COVID. They did an x-ray on me, and my lungs were clear. So I didn't have any signs of pneumonia. I did have a temperature. I'm looking at my discharge summary right here from the hospital. I did have a temperature which was 100.8. It's not too bad. But my oxygen saturation, which is very important, it was 100%. So that's really good. So they really had no parameters to keep me in the emergency room, or to admit me rather. So they discharged me home, and what they did was they sent me home with a prescription for some promethazine DM. So that's just the regular promethazine cough syrup, and they sent me home with this sheet. And the sheet basically is some information about an emergency use authorization. And I had never heard of this before. Okay? So I'm gonna make an attempt here to pronounce the name of this. It's called Bamlanivimab. Bamlanivimab. That's what it's called. So what is Bamlanivimab? Bamlanivimab is a treatment for the coronavirus. So, like I said, I'm a nurse and I have never heard of this. And I'm like, what is that? Bamlanivimab. And they said, well, you're going to have to, because you're leaving, you're not being admitted, you're going to be able to receive an antibody. And an antibody is an infusion that they administer to you, but you have to leave the hospital and set up an appointment and come back to get the infusion. So it's an outpatient infusion. So I left the hospital Tuesday, and I wasn't able to get my Bamlanivimab infusion until the 16th, which was that Saturday. From Tuesday to Saturday, that is when I had the worst symptoms of my existence, my whole anxiety, my whole entire life. So I had fever, I had nausea, vomiting, I had headache, I had so many symptoms, any symptom you can think of when it comes to COVID. Coughing, no taste, no smell. I just, my tongue was purple, like it was completely purple, and I was looking at it like, what in the world is going on? And I felt so confused. I felt out of body. I felt like I was in space. I was just feeling completely crazy. But those were the symptoms of the COVID. So what the Bamlanivimab is, it is a treatment for the symptoms of COVID. So I waited until, I didn't know if I think I could make it that long because I was feeling so bad. But this particular drug is not to be given once you're admitted into the hospital. It's to be given after you have been discharged. Like, you go in there, they say you're positive, they discharge you, and then they make an appointment for you to get the Bamlanivimab. Some people call it Bam Bam. I did do some research and I heard that some people call it Bam Bam. But I just wanted to get a little bit familiar with the correct pronunciation of it, which is Bamlanivimab. And what it is, it tells you, it treats the COVID, the symptoms of COVID. And when I tell you I got that at 11 o'clock a.m., I came home from the hospital. I still was feeling so bad to the point where I wasn't ambulatory. I couldn't walk. I was in a wheelchair. My husband, he was helping me get in and out of bed and things like that. I came home from getting the infusion and I took a nap. And I would say I took a nap from maybe about 1:30 to about 6 o'clock. And I felt, when I woke up, I felt completely different. Like, just that quick, that infusion had started working on those symptoms. I'm trying to get to the information so it can tell you. But I'm just going to read you just a little bit of what it says on here. It says, Bamlanivimab is an investigational medicine used for the treatment of COVID-19 in non-hospitalized adults and adolescents 12 years of age and older with mild to moderate symptoms who weigh 88 pounds, 40 kilograms or more, and who are at high risk for developing severe COVID-19 symptoms or the need for hospitalization. Bamlanivimab is an investigational because it is still being studied. There is limited information known about the safety or effectiveness of using Bamlanivimab to treat people with COVID-19. The FDA has authorized the emergency use of Bamlanivimab for the treatment of COVID-19 under an emergency use authorization, or the EUA. For more information on EUA, see the section, What is an EUA? Okay, so you all can look it up to see exactly what it is. But basically what it is, it's just something, it's they call it something else. I was researching it, and when you get this, they seem to prescribe this to people who have underlying conditions, who have COVID, and they come in contact with COVID, and they have underlying conditions. In my particular case, I was a candidate for Bamlanivimab because I have chronic kidney failure and I'm on dialysis. So my husband, he got COVID from me. Now, he doesn't have any underlying conditions, so he wouldn't be a candidate for this. Now, if you were a candidate for it, they would tell you upon, you know, discharge. So, yeah, that's basically what it is, and it totally changed my whole everything. I was completely, now I'm not going to say I'm completely healed because that's not true. I wasn't completely healed, but the symptoms were significantly reduced, significantly. Like when I tell you I couldn't do anything, I couldn't do anything. It was just hard for me to do anything, even eat. It was so bad. But the Bamlanivimab, it really helped take care of a lot of those symptoms. Now, there's more than just one of these antibodies. There's another one because they gave me 2 sheets. This was another one that I could have possibly gotten. And this one is called Casirivimab and Anit-Body. I don't know. But those two, I guess they're 2 different medicines used in conjunction for the same purpose. You know, and it's just to treat the symptoms of the COVID. Yeah, so like I said, it's been about a week since I had the symptoms that's really, really, really bad. And I have been feeling better, but I'm not myself at 100%, you know. So it's like you feel better, you're healing. Like say today, for instance, I did have a negative COVID testing. However, me myself, I'm not feeling 100%. So I would try to go out and get in the car or something, or maybe take a ride up the road, and then I would start sweating uncontrollably, like profusely. So, and then I get lightheaded. And today, for example, my husband and I, we went to take a ride up the road. And then when I was in the car, maybe 10 minutes, I just completely started sweating everywhere. And I got lightheaded, and I was like, oh my God, you gotta get me home. Like, and we had to go home, rush home, and get out of all my clothes. And like, he was literally standing in front of me, fanning me because I was pouring sweat. You know, so this is going on 3 weeks post my first diagnosis of COVID, and I'm going through this. And I know some people who have been a month out from the initial diagnosis of COVID, and they're still experiencing this. So I think that the effects they are lingering. Come here. What's the matter? What's the matter? The effects, they linger for a while, you know. So you know, yeah. So basically what I have been doing, I've been taking all my vitamins, my vitamin C, I've been taking elderberry, I've been taking zinc, I've been taking, you know, just everything to try to, that I could think of to pump my body with what it needs to try to get back on the right track. And even though I've been taking all these medications and the vitamins, you know, it's been a struggle. Like, the struggle is real. COVID is no joke. COVID will take you out of here. Like, being a nurse, I've been seeing so many people dying. And, oh, yeah, I almost forgot. I did get the COVID vaccination. That is very important. I didn't want to forget to note that. I got the COVID vaccination on the 4th, January 4th, okay? January 4th, I got, you know, it's in 2 doses. The one I got, I'm in Louisiana. The maker of the one I got was Moderna. Moderna. Not Pfizer. I think Louisiana, I think we have 2 here, Moderna and Pfizer. But I got the Moderna dose. And it was administered by my job. Well, actually Walgreens, but, you know, I got it because I was a healthcare professional. And, you know, so... All right, this is another stuff. This is something else I got when I'm just gonna let y'all know when I got the vaccine, the Moderna vaccine. I don't want to scare anybody, but I'm just gonna keep it real with you. Like, you know, I know some people who's had Absolutely no reactions, nothing happened to them. They were just good. Like my aunt, she had it, and she was fine. She didn't have any side effects except a sore arm. However, myself personally, I can only speak on myself and what I went through, what I witnessed and endured. I got it on the 4th when I was leaving Walgreens where they administered the injection. I was so dizzy I couldn't even see straight. Now, mind you, I did not eat before I got the injection because I worked the night before. I worked nights. And my husband, he said, "Did you not eat?" And I was like, "I didn't eat. I had to wake up, hurry and wake up and go get the injection and at my job. And then the pharmacist had left. And then so my job sent me to Walgreens to go get the injection. So I got the injection at Walgreens, and they kept me there for about 15 minutes to monitor me. And I asked the pharmacist, "Am I supposed to be seeing double like this?" And he said, "Do you want to wait a little longer?" And I say, "Well, you know what? I think I'm going to go get me something to eat. I think I'm going to go head out." So I headed out, and against my better judgment, I was so dizzy. I was just weak and dizzy. And so I was trying to drive. This is so dangerous, y'all. Don't take no advice from me. You know, they say nurses are the worst patients. But I was trying to make it home. So I was driving, heading on to the house, got something to eat. And I made it home, ate. And, you know, after that, the side effects started kicking in. And which the side effects I had from the vaccine was the soreness around my arm. But it was not just the arm that got the injection. It was both arms, my shoulders, my back. My lower back was just killing me. Then I started getting other symptoms like very fatigued. I started having a fever. Just an immune response basically is what was going on. My body was having an immune response to this foreign substance that has been injected into me. And I would say maybe about 3 days. I had those symptoms for 3 days. And I was not the only one. My director of nursing, my assistant director of nursing, and some other people who I know, they got those symptoms as well. So those are the things that I experienced when I got the vaccine. But it was so ironic to me that I had been working with COVID patients. Like I literally was working with COVID on the front line, swathing with the National Guard. And I never caught the COVID. And then a week or so after I got the vaccine, I got COVID. So I'm like, really? Like, is this a coincidence? Or is this, that's how I'm looking. Like, I know how y'all looking, and I'm looking the same way. I'm like, really? Really? Okay. So now I'm scheduled to get my next dose on the 3rd of February. And I'm like, do I really want this next dose? Do I want to go through this? Like, this has been a long time. This has been a long month. The month of January has been a rough one for me. So, I'm kind of side-eyeing that vaccine, y'all. I'm just like, okay, I don't know. But I'm not going to say, I'm not listening. I'm not going to, y'all don't get defensive. I'm not going to say it was the COVID vaccine that gave me COVID. I just find it ironic, I just find it a little ironic. I just want to know what's going on. And some of my friends, they say, well, the COVID, they put it in your body. Well, you basically set yourself up for COVID because you opened up your body to that. People say this and that. I don't know. I just wanted to try to, because basically my reasoning for getting it is because I'm tired of seeing people die from it. Like I'm seeing on a first-hand basis what this COVID is doing to people. It's ravishing homes. It's ravishing our communities. It's killing us. That's what this is what I'm witnessing. So I'm like, okay, if there's something scientific out there that can help me lessen my chances of getting this, and especially by me having a underlying condition, I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll give it a try. But like I said, I did catch COVID, but I didn't die though. So I guess that's one thing I can say. I didn't die. So I'm still here to tell the story. And, you know, if you have any questions about the vaccine or the symptoms that I had or anything pertaining to this or the EUA, just drop a comment below or send me an email. How about that? All right. Thanks for watching.